If a fortune teller told you she knew your future, would you want to know? Jaffar does. In this story, Fortune Teller Fiasco, let's read and find out if it's the future he imagined. Jaffar and his parrot Iago were shopping in Agrabah's bazaar. "Do you see what I see?" Jaffar asked the bird. "Lunch?" Iago said, eyeing a table full of apples. "Better," Jaffar said. "It's Farah the fortune teller. Farah sees the future in her crystal ball. She can tell you exactly what will happen in your life. I must get my future read, Iago." "Welcome, Jaffar," Farah said. "Welcome, Iago."
"Hold it right there!"
Iago squawked.
"How did you know our names?"
"My crystal ball knows all," Farah said. "It's magical." "We've come to hear our futures," Jaffar told Farah. The crystal ball glowed brightly. "How interesting," Farah said. "What do you see?" Jaffar asked. Farah looked deep into her crystal ball. "Soon, Iago will have the lunch of his dreams." "What about my future?" Jaffar asked. "Like you've always wished, Jaffar, fame and attention will befall you, and so will fortune," Jaffar said, cutting Farah off.
"I always knew I'd have fame and fortune. I'm going to be rich, rich, rich."
Jaffar began to cackle, drowning out the rest of Farah's words. Jaffar looked at his snake staff and then at Iago. "I need that magical crystal ball for myself," Jaffar whispered to Iago. "I need to know exactly how I will be getting all these riches."
"Oh boy,"
Iago said.
"Please don't tell me you're going to have an evil plan."
"I have an evil plan," Jaffar said.
"Of course you do,"
Iago said. Jaffar held up his snake staff. Its eyes glowed red, hypnotizing Farah. "You will give me your crystal ball," Jaffar ordered. "Give you my crystal ball," Farah repeated Jaffar's command, seemingly in a daze. Farah picked up her glowing ball from the table. She handed it to Jaffar. But right when he took it, the crystal ball bounced out of his grip. "That ball has a mind of its own," Jaffar said. The ball rolled off, disappearing into the surrounding crowd. "Find that crystal ball, Iago," Jaffar screeched.
"I'd rather find my dream lunch,"
Iago said. But he did as he was ordered and flew after it above the mob.
"It went that way,"
Iago called down. Jaffar wove through tables and ducked under a camel. "I see it," Jaffar panted. "Over by that monkey." He dove for the crystal ball. "I've got it! Oof!" The ball rolled out of reach, and Jaffar crashed into the monkey instead.
"Thogberg Mern!"
Jaffar shouted.
"Oh boy,"
Iago said.
"Jaffar has officially gone nuts."
Jaffar spit out a mouthful of monkey fur. "I said that ball is mine." Jaffar chased the ball over sand dunes and through caves and back to the bazaar. The bazaar was so crowded that the ball had to slow to a stop. "I've got you now," Jaffar said. He lunged for the ball once more, but it bounced up high. "Not again!" Jaffar groaned as he crashed into the table stacked with apples. Hundreds of apples rained down, burying Jaffar and Iago. "I'm drowning in fruit," Jaffar shrieked. The bazaar filled with laughter. Jaffar will be famous for this, a woman said.
Help me, Iago,
Jaffar ordered. But Iago was too busy eating his way through the apples.
Farah was right,
He squawked.
this is the lunch of my dreams.
Jaffar was tripping over apples, struggling to get to his feet, when he saw Farah standing in front of him. Suddenly, Jaffar heard a loud crack from under the pile of apples.
My snake staff,
He gasped. If his snake staff was broken, then Farah was no longer hypnotized. Jaffar fought his way out of the pile.
where's the fame and fortune you promised me?
Jaffar demanded. Look around. You have plenty of fame, Farah said with a laugh. But I never said you'd have fortune. In fact, you didn't let me finish telling you what I saw in my crystal ball. What? Jaffar stuttered. Farah cleared her throat. As you've always wished, Jaffar, fame and attention will befall you, and so will hundreds of apples. All the people at the bazaar laughed at Jaffar. Iago continued to feast on his best lunch ever. That definitely wasn't the future Jaffar imagined, but hopefully, next time, he won't jump to conclusions. As always, until next time, happy reading.